All right, I'm back, and I'm rewriting some more riffs. A few months ago, I asked if people had riffs they would like me to rewrite, like unused riffs that they don't mind if I kind of mess with. And this one was sent in by my friend Curtis, who I actually know in person, which is surprising. Most of these people I just know online. This was sent to the Prog School Discord channel. You can join. The link is in the description. There's about 100 of us there. We have a good time. And most of these I'm grabbing from there. I also answer a lot of questions there if you want to kind of ask me things specifically. But Curtis says that he had to dig deep to find this one. It was his senior year in high school. He plays bass. He doesn't even know who the guitar player is. He submitted it to the Dream Theater fan forum, and someone recorded guitars for him. They recorded bass and drums with a mic, and this is kind of riff salad in E, he says. So I'll listen to it and see what I want to rewrite. This is 5 minutes long, so I'm not going to do the whole thing, obviously. All right, cool. I think that's where I'm going to stop here because there's a nice kind of held chord there that ends. I don't want to do too much. Something I can work with for sure. There's 3 different kind of riffs happening here. Pretty basic, but that kind of lays a good foundation for me to mess with it. I got to figure out how much I want to mess with this. I might actually go pretty far, but we'll see. All right, I'll figure out this first riff and then I'll start rewriting it. So I've busted out the bass for this one. Seeing as this was written on a bass originally, I think that's what I'll do. So I figured out the original part. I think right away what I want to do is spice up that intro bass part a little bit. I think it's cool to have an intro bass part, and I'm going to do that. I could add in some other things, like right off the bat, I'm thinking in this key, I could maybe do some harmonics. I think that's cool. And then what I think I want to do is maybe change that last. Maybe get like an F in there, the flat 2, because we're in the key of E. I think that's cool. But actually what I want to do is change up the rhythm. So I think I want to make it some sort of odd time signature. So maybe we'll do like I don't even know what tempo this is. I gotta figure this out. I think I want to make it a little bit different the second time at the end. I also might change up some of the rhythms in the middle. So we've got so 7/8, 6/8, 7/8, 4/4, something like that. So I'm basically like cutting off a beat here and there. I have to like insert the time signatures here. Some of this can be tedious, but that's what you have to do when you write in odd time signatures, is do all this tedious work. Let me attempt to record this, why not? That'll work for now. So let me figure out a drum groove next. You wouldn't even necessarily have to put the time signatures in. I could just have like the 8th note, metronome going the whole time. For me, I like to have it so I can kind of see where the measures are. The way I usually write when I'm writing into music notation and then I transfer it over to the DAW, all the time signatures show up there automatically. So I'm just kind of used to seeing that. I'll lay down the riff on heavy bass, put the drums in, and then I'll do some guitars. All right, I'm just gonna grab from different takes here. Let's get some drums in here, and then we'll get some guitars. Kind of hard to even hear what the drums are doing. And this is no offense to my friend Josh, who's an amazing drummer. He was in high school at the time, so not his fault. Also, the recording just isn't allowing me to hear, where all of the hits are happening. Putting the rhythm in the kick drum. Now I'm going to change some of these kicks to snares. Cool, let's get some cymbals in there for the pulse. Josh was hitting the crash cymbal on this. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm going to stick with hi-hat. I'm going to grab every other one and increase their velocities. Guitar time. That's pretty good. Let's do the right guitar, and maybe I'll see if I can add some kind of a harmony or something. That was not great. Acceptable. So I'm going to grab all of this, copy it over. So let's do the harmony here, which is in the second half. That'll be fine overall. So there's the first riff down that I've kind of rearranged. I didn't really change it that much. The notes are still there for the most part. Changed up the rhythms a bit, changed up the groove, added a harmony. I think I'm gonna do more to this like secondary fast riff that comes in later. So it has this faster part, right? At this speed, I'm thinking I can throw in some 16th notes. My first thought is to maybe like double pick. I kind of like that. Maybe I'll change some notes around. This is tricky. I got something in mind. Piecing together these complex riffs, it's tricky. I think I'm going to keep this in 4/4 actually, like the original. Okay, so I think I want to do some more faster runs. Okay, I got to do this slowly. This an E with B harmonic minor, and then the A in some cases, like kind of like Dorian sharp 4 mixture with the tritone in there. So it's an interesting combination of things. I might put the drums in first here because this is going to be hard to play. You see, I'm kind of working with the MIDI. I don't like input it on a MIDI controller. This is just how I do it. Don't at me or anything. Once again, I'm just getting the rhythm in the kick drum, and then I'm going to adjust it as I go. Let's copy and paste that over because I'm sure the second half will be similar to the first half. I'm gonna have to practice this for a minute. All right, I need to record this 1/2 at a time. This is a problem when you write complex stuff. It takes forever to record it. Okay, not too bad. Couple more takes. Yeah, it's acceptable. Let's do the second half. Ah! Ah! Okay. That was pretty tight. Record it on the other side, and then I'll add some bass. That like diminished sound, that always works for harmonizing. Let's get some bass in here. Okay, bass time. So sometimes I'll like half these fast runs. So if the guitar is going, play every other one. This would be like. Okay, I think that's what I want. That was pretty good. And the second half. Yeah, I'm gonna do some like root notes while those arpeggios happen on top. That'll do, I believe. Let me listen to everything I have so far through these first two riffs. And then there's really just one section left, this third section, and then I'll have all the different parts and I can piece it together. That's going to repeat twice, and then I'll figure out what's happening in the last section. And obviously it was written in 2005. It has more of like a older vibe on this piece so far, which is fine, but I kind of want to modernize it a bit. Let's do the last riff. All right, so there's one more part to this here that I'm going to go over. This is a place that I feel like I can do some more interesting stuff harmonically. So I've done the rhythmic stuff in the first riff, made that rhythmically more interesting. This second riff I made kind of super complicated technically, and I think this third part I can make it a little more interesting harmonically. I think I need to go to a different root note. So it was going E, and then G, E minor, then G, and then F sharp. Kind of the same move that happens in the previous riff. I'm going to transpose that up to A. So I'm going to get like A, C, C, B. I'm going to go chromatically down. Catch that G to F sharp again. I think I'll just put it in 7. So like, let's just put this bass down. Let's Let's get the drums and guitar in here for this part. 7/4, and then it's back to 4/4 for 2 bars. Sweet, super simple. I'm gonna make the drum part cooler in a second, but let's do some guitars. Now with the rhythm guitars, let's just get these big chords going. I'm just trying to add some extensions to these chords, make them a little more colorful. You want these sort of contrasting sections, right? Which the original riff kind of has, right? Has this kind of heavier first riff, then this faster second riff, and then this more open middle section. And I'm doing that, but I'm trying to make that contrast even bigger by having some harmonic shifts and a big feel change here. Now we need to get a lead guitar in here. Like this wah, wah, wah. Actually, that would be cool to use the wah pedal. I don't have my wah pedal set up right now. Maybe I'll do that later. I'm using my ear mostly and kind of slowly working out what this melody is going to be. Probably drown this in reverb and stuff. I'll hold out that note as the next riff comes in to connect them together. So there's that. And then what I want to do is copy over the fast riff, because that's what ended it off in the original. And then I'll have the whole thing sketched out. I'm hearing I could do a harmony during that cool middle section with the chords. I really like how that turned out. There's some harmonies I can add in this fast riff in some of the runs. I'm going to double up some of those fast runs with like keyboards. I'm going to add some pads here and there. I'll do all that next, but this is the riff sketched out. These drum parts are like super bare bones, so I want to go in and make those better. I think the guitar and bass parts are fine. As I said, I'll add some harmonies and stuff and maybe some extra lead guitar. But it's in a good place for now, sketch out wise. So I'm going to be done for the day on this. I'll be back tomorrow and I will finish this up. I'm back the next day. So there's just a couple things I want to do. I want to kind of finish up the ending here, and I'm also going to add a harmony in this fast riff the very last time it happens. So I kind of worked something out. So I'm doing harmonies, and then in some parts I'm in unison, like an octave up. It's all a little bit ahead of the beat, you can see here. Pretty common for guitarists to kind of play ahead of the beats. Make sure you're in tune when you're recording. And ideally, put new strings on your guitar. These strings are not new. They're very dead. But I don't feel like changing them right now. That little harmony adds a lot that very last time. And I'm going to change up the drums too on some of this. But I want to sketch out the rest. I actually had an idea. What I'm going to do is do the intro again, but kind of bigger and then a little bit of a change at the end. So I'm just going to copy over the drum part from the first section here. I thought about ending with just like a held chord. But I think since I'm bringing back this intro that I actually want to like just do the very beginning of that crazy riff to end the song. So let's do this whole last part in the guitars. Left guitar first. I think I want like a harmony lead guitar in that middle section, and then some lead guitar at the end there, and then I need to add bass, and then I'll be done. Yeah, let's do some lead guitar. Studio One crashed on me. That very, very rarely happens. I'm going to record the lead guitars and bass and stuff off camera, and then I'll show you what I've done once I do that. I mean, it's basically all here. I'm just going to kind of double that low part with the bass. My computer isn't liking recording and also screen sharing at the same time. So I harmonized that part at the end, and I added bass as well. Maybe I'll just mute the lead guitars, you can hear the bass. And then I added the lead guitars at the end. I had that one melody I was doing, then I did an octave below in the first half and then harmonized it in the last half. And I added a second lead guitar doing harmonies in the second half of that middle section. So I'm going to start to work on making the drums a little bit better, and then I'm going to add some keyboards. So off camera, I did a couple of things. One of the main things I did was kind of to make the drums a little bit more interesting. So I added some double time here and there, some half time, change up the cymbals, some ghost notes, all the kind of things I would do to program drums to make them a little bit more realistic. Added some double time. And then I have some synth doing just the fast runs in the crazy riff. And a harpsichord doing the same thing. These are just to kind of beef up those runs. They're kind of very much be in the background. You hear that with the guitars. That's all I did keyboard-wise. Nothing crazy. Just wanted to kind of amplify certain elements of it and make it a little bit cooler. The pad also plays in this middle section. So there's all the orchestration I added, which wasn't much here. This is very much a guitar and bass focused riff. Now I'm going to go back and re-record just a couple of things, I think, if I need to. Then I'm going to do a quick little mix on this. And so what you're going to hear now is the original riff and then my new rewritten version. So there's Curtis's riff rewritten by me. This is a super fun challenge, and I did another video like this a few months back on the channel with a different riff, which was also cool, and I'm planning on doing some more of these in the future. So if you have riffs, send them my way. The best way to do that is on the Prog School Discord channel, which is linked down below, but you can also send stuff to my email, morganwickmusic@gmail.com, or let me know in the comments if you have something and figure out a way to get a hold of me. This is fun to do, and it takes a lot of work, so I can't say I'm going to get to everyone's riffs right away because I have a few already backlogged. But this was one I wanted to do, so I've done it, and I'm going to pick another one to do maybe in a couple of months. And if you guys really enjoy this, maybe I'll do it more often. This is a very interesting composition challenge because, you know, when you're writing your own music, it's like your ideas, and I'm really fleshing them out. And in this, I have these ideas that are pretty well formed in some cases, and then it's my job to kind of rearrange it and add some things I think are cool and change things up. Obviously, I went a little bit of the proggy direction here with some odd time signatures as well as some like flashy riff stuff, because that's what it felt like it needed for something like this. There might be other things where I'll do something different. I'm trying to keep the kind of character of the original riff, if possible, just kind of add my spin to it and make it a little more interesting overall. If you enjoyed what I did with this riff and this video, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. It really does help out. And I'll see you all for the next video. Until then, stay proggy.